What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 22 of Rod Chronicles. And if you watched episode 21, you heard a little bit of news that Rod Chronicles will be releasing a TV show come July on a few different networks. And we got some product again in today from one of our partners of Rod Chronicles. And these guys have been well known in the industry for years and years and years. So we were lucky enough to be able to talk with these folks, and they like the idea of what we have going on for both our YouTube channel and our TV show. So because obviously having people in different areas of the country, in two different states, this will be a little bit more directed here in Pennsylvania. So if you're from the East Coast, you definitely want to pay attention to this, because what we're going to talk about and show you guys today is the seed from Whitetail Institute. So Whitetail Institute obviously, again, has been around for, I honestly do not even know how many years in the hunting industry. They're usually the first folks to come out with different product when it comes to food plot seeds. So it just happens that a very good friend of mine works for Whitetail, and we've known each other for, I'm going to say, 8 to 10 years now. So my brother-in-law happened to be with me at the Kinsey show, and we spoke to Clare from Whitetail and gave her an idea what was going on and see if she could talk to the powers that be. And she did make that happen. So Clare, thank you very much. And they were nice enough to send us some seed here that we're going to get on video, obviously for you guys here to see, and also as part of the show, because our planting season is going to start here very, very shortly. And depending on what you're planting, it may have already started. So one of the very first things we'll go over is Whitetail's soil test kit. And this, guys, if you're planting a bunch of seed in different areas of your property or on your leases, doing a soil test is imperative, because you may dump a whole bunch of seed into the ground and didn't do a test, so you didn't change the pH levels, and you may get some stuff to grow, or you may end up with just a big bare spot of dirt. So these guys actually have their own test kit. So you send it out, and within 24 hours of them receiving it, you'll actually get an email of what you need to do to your soil to make sure that whatever you're planting grows correctly. So it's an easy to follow report. Provides existing soil fertility index and current pH, and provides lime and fertilizer requirements to get a high yield crop. So because we're going to be planting two specific sections on my brother-in-law's property, my brother-in-law and my sister's property, that we do have two kits, and we're going to start here in the next day or two to get that done and get back so we have the correct report. But we'll start with something that wasn't originally on the plan to plant, but the folks over at Whitetail said that we should take a look at it, and that is their Turkey Select Chufa. This stuff is definitely a big help for turkeys, obviously, but you'll get some other game birds, and deer will go in there as well. So I'm going to kind of give you the breakdown because I don't know all of the specs off the top of my head. But it's a high quality chufa seed, and attracts and holds turkeys. They are considered, chufa is considered to be, by many, the #1 attractant for turkeys. It's a nut-like tuber. The tubers are high in carbs and protein, and are also great for waterfowl. So if you have a small pond, in that area as well, plant it around the outside, help out your waterfowl as well. It's easy to grow and will mature in 100 to 120 days. And you want to seed this in spring and early summer. According to their website, I'm just giving this to you as information. The Turkey Select Chufa cannot be shipped to Michigan or Connecticut. I'm not exactly sure why, but that is definitely, before you plan out your plots, if you're planning on ordering this and you live in one of those two states, Whitetail is not going to send it to you. So, lift up this bag and get a little bit closer to kind of show you what it looks like right there. That's what the plant looks like once it's grown. So they're saying anywhere for where we're at here in PA, May 1st through June 30th is planting time, and this is this bag. This bag is 10 pounds and will plant up to 1/4 acre. So we're doing that on this particular property now that we have it, after the recommendations from Whitetail, because there are some turkeys over on the property that just for some reason do not like to fully commit to come all the way up to where we need to get them to. So once they told us about this, we figured it would be a good plan and plant it out in one of the bigger open fields, because it's a 1/4 acre plant. It'll give us enough to hopefully get them to break all the way up to the property. The second seed, and this was one that we discussed with them very heavily. This is Whitetail Fusion. It's a clover and chicory mix. Obviously, clover and chicory, everybody knows it helps bring deer in, holds deer, and this includes the newest proprietary clovers scientifically designed by Whitetail. Extremely cold tolerant, which is something obviously here in the Northeast that you're going to need. And it's 5 years from a single planting, so this is a perennial. So it is going to come back every year, and it's telling us it lasts up to 5 years. And it does say extremely attractive to deer. So this is a 9 1/4 pound bag, and we'll plant 1.5 acres. So this is kind of going to be our main plot in the area where we are looking at. And again, planting dates March 20th through May 15th here in the Northeast, or August 1st through September 15th. So depending on what you're looking to do, whether you're trying to get that late season hold or get them in early for archery season, that choice is yours. And every single bag of Whitetail Institute seed has a map on the back to show you best planting dates. This next bag is actually a 25 pounder, and we'll also plant 1.5 acres, but this is no plow. Whitetail has become very well known for no plow. Basically, not a whole lot of work you have to do to get that seeded. So the way they explain it is sometimes the best spots for food plots can be the toughest places to maneuver heavy equipment. And that's exactly what it is. You get a spot where you can't get a tractor or an ATV or a side-by-side with a tiller on the back of it to get that ground turned up to drop these seeds in. You can go in there basically with some rakes, use a little manpower, scrape up that ground, drop your seed, and roller, drag, anything to cover those seeds up a little bit with dirt and make sure there's contact. This would be the go-to seed for you. Includes a specially selected exclusive clover, brassica, and radish mix, as well as some other forages. Highly attractive annual forage specifically designed for areas hard to access with farming equipment. So logging roads, you have a spot that was cleared a while ago and you just got some grass in there, go in there with a weed whacker, tear it up, and then tear it up with some rakes, and it's kind of like a little hidden gem, that one stand that you are dying to shoot a deer out of, that is the perfect seed for you. So super excited about that one, especially again here in the Northeast. You know, there's not a whole lot that you have to do for soil prep for that. No plow mix, so that is a definite, should be on everybody's list if you're planting plots anywhere. But this next bag I'm about to show you, I was super excited about when I found out that they had done this, and it's a new product for this year. There have been some other factories, other seed companies that have done this. The problem is, I've seen with most of them, is there is some sort of food in their particular mix, which kind of defeats the purpose. Yes, it's okay if the deer graze on it or the turkey graze on it, but you don't want them actually going to this for food. So Whitetail came out with what is called Imperial Whitetail Conceal. And Conceal is basically a seed to create a screen, a bedding area, thick cover, basically to make your deer feel like they're safe. So you'll see a lot of different ways that people plant this. You'll see it planted in almost like rows, like corn. So that way there's shooting lanes from a specific stand, and that way a deer can walk down in between these 8-foot tall high cover rows. Some will make a big square around the food plot, so when the deer enter that food plot, they feel safe that they're covered up and not going to be attacked by something. They'll make bedding areas out of it. Basically, you kind of walk with your seeder on how you wanted to plant it. Think of a farmer planting a corn maze. You can use this to the very same exact extent. So I'll kind of show you on the back of the bag here. They have a food plot right here, and then Conceal, pretty wide with some shooting lanes or entry lanes. So basically, the deer can come in here. It's got woods on one side, Conceal on the other. They have entryways and exit ways to the food plot. But now once they're in that food plot, they feel comfortable. Down here, you can use it to split up 2 food plots. So you have a food plot on the left, a food plot on the right, and you have a big row of Conceal in the middle. And you can kind of see it there, about how tall. Will grow to about 8 feet, 5 to 8 feet. It plants 1/4 of an acre. It's a 7-pound bag, and we're really excited about this one because we already have some ideas with it on parts of the property. So as I said, once the rain stops and the social distancing stops a little bit, where I can get over with Keith and we can get the tractor out and the tiller and start putting the stuff in the ground. We'll be filming that, and then we'll film some progress as everything's going. But the first thing I have to do is get these test kits out. So once I get the email back from them, we'll actually film doing the soil test so that you guys kind of see how it all works. But other than that, Whitetail Institute, we couldn't be any more excited to partner up with these guys for this year, and hopefully for many years to come. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video and gave you some extra insight on some of the product they offer, and gives you a chance to go to their website, take a look at the other products that they offer. And other than that, we will talk to you in episode number 23. Again, look down below this video, check out the subscribe button, click on it. Make sure you select notify so that when a new video pops up, you guys get to see it. And if you watched the last video on Easton Arrows, you did hear there might be a slight giveaway. So if you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook, make sure to check us out there. Follow the pages, like the pages, and keep your eye out because we are going to do a giveaway here in about a week or 2. We'll talk to you guys.